Good morning, everybody. It's December, what is the date? Let me look. December 7th, 2020. So this week we are going to start, basically it's called Sandwiches and Pizza. They categorize a lot of things into sandwiches, including pizza. Typically the book says wraps, pizza, wraps, even lettuce wraps, anything rolled up or put together where it's got a traveling vessel. And I'll kind of go in that in a minute. So let me share screen with you guys because I have a wonderful, wonderful presentation for you. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let me move some things around. Where's... All right, here we go. So sandwiches and pizza. Let me move me up here. So combinations of flavors and textures, and there's so many different things in here. So you have different types of breads, different kind of condiment, different kinds of condiments, meats, vegetables, and they're basically categorized into two subcategories. Okay, so you have cold and hot. All right. Cold sandwiches, it's typically like this: 2 slices of bread or 2 halves of a roll, spread and filling. This is up for debate. We'll get into this in a minute, but there's several different types. So cold sandwich is basically bread, spread, filling. Okay. Bread could be a wrap, could be a pita pocket. It could be rye, wheat. There's hundreds of different types of bread for this. The spread is basically any sort of, not condiment, but the spread could be mayonnaise, aioli, mustard. It's basically like when you have the bread, typically what the spread does, that's mainly fat. So if you put mayonnaise on the top of the sandwich and the bottom piece of bread, that'll actually prevent like your tomatoes and everything from making your bread soggy. A lot of people think that mayonnaise makes the bread soggy. Typically it does not, because unless it gets hot. But if you have a cold sandwich, that mayonnaise is mainly fat. So that keeps like a layer of fat protecting the bread. Now, if it sits for 2 days, yeah, it's going to get soggy. So that's the bread, spread. And then the filling is your meat, cheese, salad, egg or tuna salad. I mean, there's thousands of combinations. And I have tons of videos for you. Okay, so let's start with the submarine sandwich. So this is a cold sandwich typically. When it's hot, it's down here. It's called a grinder hero. Hot filling could be a meatball sub, but I'm gonna talk about subs and stuff for days. So cold sandwich, long slice roll, 1 or more types of these. Hold on, I gotta add the lobster roll here because that's one of my favorites. Okay, 1 or more types of cheese, meat, lettuce, tomato, onion, other toppings. Subs, grinders, heroes, hoagies, and then the hot filling could be like a meatball sub. But there's a ton. So we're going to keep going through that. And even like a hot dog I put that in the subcategory because a hot dog is literally a bun with meat in it. Okay. So we'll do a whole section on that. And we're going to keep going through this for days. Okay. So let's start with this one.
Sandwich making, I don't really think of it as cooking. I think of it more as like architecture. Like you are building a sandwich. You just want a basic sub roll. Nothing fancy. You don't want ciabatta or focaccia. Just like not too big, nothing too crunchy or crusty on the top. All right, fix it. So we've got some giardiniera, which is pickled cauliflower, carrots, red pepper, and celery, and a little chili pepper. This is a Calabrian chili spread, which is a spicier spread with olive oil and Calabrian chili. It's really delicious. And then for that classic Italian hero flavor, you need the dried oregano. And you sprinkle that in with the oil and red wine vinegar. You can never take a bottle of salad dressing for anything. Make your own dressing. Come on. It's not that hard. Oil, vinegar. That's it. I am a big mayo guy. I realize there are a lot of Italian hero purists out there who scoff at this notion, who are horrified that I put mayonnaise on my hero, but to each his own, and for me, I like mayonnaise. All right, so today we're making Italian Hero, and when you think Italian Heroes, you think cold cuts. Buy good cold cuts. Go to an Italian deli, ask the guy to get behind the slicer, ask him to shave it. You don't want dense, chewy meat like that your mom bought when you were a kid, and they're all floppy and chewy, and oh God, we don't want that. We want airy ribbons of beautiful, cured meat. So today we've got some soppressata, which is your kind of basic salami. We've got some mortadella, which is kind of like Italian bologna, like the real bologna. Parmacotto, which is cooked ham. And finally some spicy copa. So I think the important thing about when you're putting the meat on this sandwich, you want to almost drape them like a handkerchief. You don't just layer them on and put a big stack of them on. You sort of like, each one is draped on, literally each piece. So you've got this sort of these waves of meat on the sandwich. An Italian Hero is not the time for your farm stand greens. What you want is a nice classic head of iceberg lettuce. I like it shredded, and then red onions thinly sliced. So we like to soak in ice water first to sort of take some of the sting out of them. Layer those on. The important thing is that you dress your sandwich well. You just need enough dressing on there to sort of moisten the sandwich and really infuse the whole thing with flavor. All right, then you got your cheese. Keep it simple. Basic provolone sliced at the deli counter. And then, because I'm me, more mayo on the top. And then put it all together. Wow. Oh my God. That's kind of awesome, right? How good is that? Saw with confidence. Then you always do the sort of the little open face sort of situation right there. Oh, you gotta have potato chips. I'm a big fan of Utz. I love Utz. Plain potato chips. Now all you need to do is eat the thing. One last thought. It could use a little more oil and vinegar. Be generous with the stuff.
All right. So that is just one sandwich. Probably one, that's one thing I missed undoubtedly is just because I can't eat wheat and I can't eat carbs. So that is like my ultimate thing right there. That pizza, I mean, anything with bread. That is just the basic, sandwich. I know it seems simple, but if you have somebody make you a sandwich and they just slop together like a couple pieces of white bread and some mayonnaise and a piece of bologna versus something like that, where it's like a nice, warm, crusty bread, the cold meats, the olive oil, I mean, it's completely different. Okay. It's like, I guarantee all of you have one place that you would go for a sandwich. And there's a reason why. Some people are Jimmy John's people. Some people are, I think CR Heroes is still around. Some people are Jimmy John's. Some people go to Subway. There used to be a Quiznos, but I don't know if Quiznos is even open anymore. Some people only go to, what's that Philadelphia cheesesteak place? I forget the name of it. But anyhow, I guarantee all of you have a sandwich place. So that's just the beginning of sandwiches for us. We're going to keep going with these, trust me. Okay. Oh, start it up again. Okay, so cold sandwiches. So I'll make sure I'm in the right one. Okay, cold sandwiches, this can be many different things. So there's the wrap sandwich, which is a flatbread, which could be a tortilla, pita bread, cracker bread, rice paper wrappers. I mean, even like technically like burritos, all that stuff goes in the sandwich category. Okay. Sorry, I got to add that to my list. Wontons, that kind of thing. These are all considered sandwiches because they're basically rolled into a bread and you pick it up and eat it. That's kind of how sandwiches came about. I want to say the Earl of Sandwich was the one who first invented this, when he just wanted something. So he took 2 pieces of bread and slapped some stuff in there and picked it up and ate it. But these are great because this is like the world's best lunch, because they could pack a sandwich and you can stand there and eat it while you're going somewhere. You could take it to work with you and just eat your food real quick, and you don't need silverware. You don't even need a plate. You just need, your sandwich in one hand. So flatbread, you have the spread, hot or cold filling, rolled up. And then pita is this one right here. It's the open form. It's like the pocket. So if you had I don't know if you've ever had pita bread, you know what I'm talking about, the pocket. Okay, so this one is, this is a show called The Best of Chicago. I need to move my thingy. Okay, so this, we're gonna watch both of these.
Last time I did a lunch wrap, I was in Bronzeville at Ain't She Sweet Cafe for a jerk chicken wrap that everyone loved. Well, today I'm in the South Loop at Cafe Society for another chicken wrap that just might rock your world. Oh, hello. Colombian and Italian chef and owner Jorge might use flavors from his culture, but named the joint after a more European influence.
Cafe Society used to be a garage where musicians in New York used to have coffee before they go to the great places to play jazz and blues. After that, they went to Paris, and then in Paris, they established what is today the restaurant called Cafe Society.
And Chicago's Cafe Society is no stranger to famous musicians either.
My friend Bono came here one day and surprised us, and since then he's been coming a couple of times. I have so many names.
There's so many. Hey, this is the spot. This is the spot to be. So come here and get your wraps. Who knows? You may see somebody when you're here.
Thank you.
Like me.
I wanted to make Cafe Society a family environment where people can see us cooking, where they can see practically us working for them.
Everything is fresh, homemade, and prepared to order. From their lemonade to giant wraps.
We don't buy nothing in bags. We do our own cheese early in the morning. We cut our own veggies.
And today, Chef is gonna wrap me up a society favorite.
Well, the most famous wrap, I must say, is the chicken guacamole wrap.
And since this is the wrap show, let me break it down for you wrap style. What goes in our chicken guacamole wrap. We started off with spinach and romaine, guacamole, mixed peppers, tomato, and onion. After a little cucumber, grilled chicken is the star. Then we sprinkle on some feta and fresh cilantro sauce. Now wrap it up. Now wrap it up. Now wrap. Now wrap it up.
Because what you want is a lot of food inside for somebody who is hungry or for two people that are coming for lunch.
Ton of food inside.
And then we measure, we cut it.
In threes. It's
three.
that big. Then we top it off with a little raspberry sauce and some grated Parmesan cheese. This is a great looking wrap.
Thank you very
Now
much.
tell me you don't want to eat that. I want to eat it. But before I can eat, Chef puts together a tuna wrap for me. The flavors are so delicious. I mean, just like with this chicken wrap, which is kind of everybody's favorite, there's so many great ingredients in there. I could finish this one portion right here, drink my lemonade, and still take both of these home for later. Why is Cafe Society one of Chicago's best?
Because of the love we put in what we do. I love Chicago from A to Z. I love everything that is in Chicago, and I will do my best for Chicago and the people of Chicago.
And serve them the best wraps they can find.
That's right.
Everything is fresh, great quality, and delicious. So make sure you come to Cafe Society. You're gonna love it. And if you've got another wrap out there you think we need to know about, we wanna know. So send us all your suggestions, Facebook, or hit us up on
So like you saw in there, wraps are so easy to make. Another one of my all-time favorites. I used to have wraps. I mean, I still have tortillas here. I can't really eat them, but they're just an easy take stuff. If you have some leftover chicken, you have some beef, even if you have chili, taco meat, anything, just heat it up, put all your ingredients in there, roll it up, pick it up and eat it. Cold wraps are awesome too. So like even what the guy did with all that Italian lunch meat in a sandwich, just lay it out in a wrap. You do need to be careful when you do wraps though. So the wraps they use at restaurants are far better quality than what you can buy at the grocery store. And I'm only saying that because a lot of times you get these ones at the store, and if they sit there forever, you go to roll that thing up and all of a sudden it just shreds into 50 pieces. The key is use them quickly. Don't buy a large pack of wraps at the store unless you're going to eat all those really quick. Keep them sealed tight because if they get air to them, they're going to dry out. And then you always want to warm them up, okay, whenever you're making a wrap. The best way to warm them up is just put a large skillet on your stove. and heat it up to medium heat and just warm that thing up, because once it's warm, it's easier to roll, because if it's really cold, it's going to crack. So here's another one. This one's good too.
For our next spot on the Wrap Show, we're in Bronzeville for a traditional lunch wrap. We're gonna see why people are so sweet on Ain't She Sweet Cafe. My mom always said don't say ain't, but isn't she sweet? Just doesn't have the same ring to it. When Margot Strotter decided to open Ain't She Sweet Cafe, she had a mission: to do more than just feed people.
Ain't She Sweet is an alternative to the fast food things that folks are kind of used to. And in this area, I think it's very well needed. I just wanted it to feel like home, so people could come in and be comfortable and eat their food.
How'd you get the name?
People don't know, especially the younger folks, that was a song. Ain't she sweet? See her coming down the street. Now you ask me very confidentially, ain't she sweet? Actually,
I
a song
love it.
that, yes.
Usually I'm the one always singing on shoots, and now you came and sang for me. That's perfect.
Right.
We get along great. That's what I think. Well, I'm excited. I got to get in the kitchen. Now you have a special rap guru master who's going to show me how to do it in the
and he's
kitchen.
going to be able to do that.
They told me that after Biggie left, you were the best rapper left in the game.
One of them.
That's what I hear.
They right?
They're right? Okay,
Right.
that's what I'm talking about. George puts me to work on one of their #1 sellers, the jerk chicken wrap.
First, we're gonna get our special seasoning.
A little thyme,
Thyme.
some cayenne pepper, 2 cups of oil.
Stir it up. Gonna get tight.
It's gonna get tight. Get it right. Get it right. Get it tight. Add in a little orange juice, lemon juice, and cilantro, and we're in business. Get it good. Once the chicken marinates overnight, it's then onto the grill. It's like George Foreman. Did he let me tell you look like George?
No.
But you are George.
Right.
Once it's done grilling, it's time to wrap this baby up. They call it wrapping. What, George is wrapping wraps.
With
We
the
making
jerk
tortillas with the jerk
chicken.
chicken. Yeah, jerk chicken,
With the
yeah.
jerk chicken.
We start off with a spinach tortilla, special sauce, lettuce, tomato, cheese, and top it off with a whole chicken breast. Look at that.
Food is great, the prices are reasonable, and the people are warm.
The jerk chicken is the best for me. It's not that spicy, but it's spicy enough to give you that kick. It's tender, it melts in your mouth, and you want more after you're done.
I love all the colors and the different wraps, you name it. Now, this is the egg salad. This is made to order egg salad, too.
Made to order, that's my mother's recipe. Oh, I love the jerk.
When it comes to wraps, why is Ain't She Sweet one of the best spots to come in the city?
Well, we pay particular attention to detail, using the best quality product that we have, fresh produce, we marinate our chicken. It's just a love for food, and to make sure that everybody that comes in here knows that we love preparing the food for them.
I think it's absolutely delicious. I'm so
Glad you
glad we
enjoyed
came
it.
here. We got the jerk, I got my egg salad, but you can come and really make anything you want. I love it.
All right. So, burn again. Those I think are some of the best little restaurants to go to. Small and quaint, but you kind of support the locals with that one. But the way he made just the jerk, you know what I mean? A lot of people, a lot of these fast food places and places you might go, they buy all that. Look at the chicken that you get at Subway. Okay. I don't know what that is. It's already comes in cooked. You don't know when it was cooked. You don't know where it's from. But the way he did the chicken there, where he just simply made that really good rub marinade with all the fresh ingredients, let the chicken sit for 24 hours and then cooked it. I mean, that's got to taste ridiculously good. So I don't know. It's the small things you do to your food that make it taste the best. Okay. Let's go. I wish these would stop playing. Okay, here we go. So now we're back at the club sandwich. We're not back at, but this is the club sandwich. This is like a different style sandwich, we'll probably go to this one and then stop, because what's the next one I have?
The holy grail of sandwiches.
Okay. Basically, multi-decker sandwich is more than 2 slices of bread or roll. Okay. So even if you took a thick hamburger bun and cut it into 3 slices lengthwise, that would be a multi-decker. And you'll see that like the Big Mac is a classic multi-decker sandwich. And then this is the club. And there's many different types of clubs now, but the traditional club's on here. So several ingredients. Club sandwich is 3 slices of toasted bread, mayonnaise, chicken, turkey, or ham, or all 3, bacon, cheese, lettuce, tomato, cut into 4 triangles. All right, so I'm going to show you guys this one. This is a pretty long video, but we're going to start it just halfway because this guy talks a lot.
The club, only better. Oh, by the way, thanks Trade Coffee for sponsoring. Wait, we did so. Oh, and the burger we did. Oh, the truffle sliders. Yes, truffle goat cheese. Oh my. I think 4 should be enough. Right there. Open up our green leaf. See what we're dealing with here. And look at what we're dealing with. These are going to be perfect in this thing. Because we really want to see them. There's times when you want lettuce just to be like crunch or something. And then there's other times when you want it to be super dang pretty. And that's what this is going to do for us. All right, bread time. So we'll reach into the middle and take out 3 slices. And you know what? These are about the right size for me because any bigger would just be way too much bread in this thing. But we want to give them a little texture and a little deliciousness. So a quick little bit of butter on these guys and then right down onto the flat top. My preferred implement for buttering is a spoon. I just find it works better. And our third one. And now we can put them on the Evo. 1, 2, and 3. Light golden brown, that's what we're going for. Midnight black and ruined is not what we're going for. And we flip, that's what you want. No butter on the second side, but we'll let it get a little bit crispy. Then we'll take it off and build it. And we're there. Look. But we don't need that golden brown. So these guys, and we build. First piece, we put the pretty side down because you'll see the pretty side once this is made. And we begin with garlic aioli. And we spread. All right. Next, Maxie, we're going with our turkey. I think the answer here.
So garlic aioli, I don't know why they call it garlic aioli. Aioli is basically mayonnaise with garlic in it. So I don't know why they specify it's garlic aioli. So typically aioli is just mayonnaise with garlic, and then you add things. So if you add lemon to it, then it'd be called lemon aioli. But you really don't have to say garlic aioli because that's the definition of aioli.
Just to give us a beautiful foundation of it, right? A gorgeous, lovely, everybody happy. How's that letter look?
Gorgeous.
Next up, our tomatoes. We're going to double them up because we can. We want to. Beautiful. Tomatoes, now get a little salt and pepper. Oh boy. And we top them with our cheddar. Do one. Might as well go back here with another one. Beautiful. Next comes our nether bread layer, and it doesn't matter what side goes up or down here because this is going to be buried in the middle. Now we come in with our layer of tomato pesto, and this is really kind of the game changer here. This is just going to add a ton of deep, delicious tomato flavor. Yes, you've got the fresh tomatoes, but this is the stuff that you're going to want to write home about. Next up, it's time for ham. And that is going to start to look like this.
The thing I want you guys to point out, so you got the guy like 2 slides ago who was saying you need to just lay the ham thin shaved on top. And that, and then you have this guy who's got it thick cut. and he's stacking it in layers. So it's like a thick bite of ham. It's all a preference. Okay.
Pictures, advertising pictures of sandwiches and stuff, fast food pictures of their burgers, and there's that wavy piece of bacon. I wanted that. So here's what I did. I used a rack. So what I did is I took the bacon and just pushed it in between this rack. You can see some worked out okay. This guy's gorgeous. This is our showpiece. And then these guys aren't bad. It worked. I was pleased with how it turned out for the most part. So now we'll take the bacon and look at that. That's a showstopper or something. A couple more back here just to even them out. Now we need some lettuce. We're going with this beautiful green leaf. And then the last piece, we'll repeat the garlic aioli on this top part, and on it goes. Boom. Et voila, as we say. I don't know where you're from, but where I'm from, that's one hell of a damn fine looking club sandwich. So as ready as I am just to pick this up and take a bite, you gotta go classic with a club. And that means cutting it into those little triangles. Let's give it a little push down. First.
So his big mistake here,
This way.
which he probably never worked in a restaurant, you need to put skewers in this, okay? Because this thing's gonna fall apart in a million pieces, but we're just gonna.
Now's when you really get to see what the hell's going on with this sandwich that's about to be consumed.
All right, now that's a club. See how he has it here? Typically in a restaurant, we'd put a skewer or one of those frill picks in here to hold this together. Then you pick it up and put it all so it's like one long sandwich, and then that'd be right on the plate. So, okay, so that is the club, and this could be anything. People have turned, I mean, oh, look at this chicken club down here. The best chicken club. Well, I've never seen that one. Chicken club, the Reuben club. I mean, you can do anything. You can do a hot dog club. Okay, so the last one, I think we're gonna stop here because I got a lot of stuff for canapes too. Yeah, we'll stop here and then we'll pick up with canapes tomorrow. So the open-faced sandwich. All right, guys, so we're gonna stop here. Like I said, there'll be 4 questions for you, and we're gonna continue on with sandwiches this week and probably when we get back from Christmas break. All right, see you later.